Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily Dizzle. I got my addictions and my problems. Bitch, you have an easy life. Ah! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily Dizzle Weekend Update for Saturday, February 19th, 2011. It's Tommy Dizzlemits here, as always. I know we said we were going to go with 2 updates on Sunday, but we have a little bit of news to talk about today, so might as well not waste any more time getting to it. Of course, the Friday box office estimates are in. This weekend is President's Day weekend, so Monday is going to be good news for the box office because it will act as an extra weekend day. That's what will happen whenever you have a Monday or a Friday holiday, whether it be President's Day or Good Friday. Business tends to adapt and add the extra day in. And Hollywood's usually good about that because they like having extra money around. This weekend especially, though, going into the weekend, it was a question of how the holdovers were going to perform and how the new movies were going to do as well, which one was going to pull ahead. There was one thing that is confirmed so far this weekend. It is that America Loves Liam Neeson, as Unknown chops the chart on Friday, took in about $6.7 million, so it could end up hitting about $30 million for the 4-day weekend. Not the most impressive numbers in the world. Everyone's already talking about the numbers this year are not going to compare to last year's record-breaking numbers for President's Day weekend. But last year you also had the case of President's Day fell on the 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, which ended up doing all sorts of crazy damage when you have comparisons of, well, Valentine's Day was on a Monday last year and didn't have the benefit of having an extra holiday and being one of the biggest attended days. Instead, it's separated by 2 weekends, and now it's not comparing on either level, just adding to the 3.5-month trailing at the box office this year compared to last year. So things aren't going great, but they're starting to bounce back a little bit more. But the question will be, how long will it take to truly bounce back from it before the box office actually has a weekend where they're able to top last year's numbers? But under Unknown, the rest of the movie's not performing as exceptionally well opening this weekend as expected. I Am Number 4, of course, looks like Percy Jackson, franchise attempt. This is what they like doing on the President's Day weekend. They try and find something for the kids to advertise to them that they want to make into a huge franchise that never works out. Besides Percy Jackson, just look at Jumper. There was all sorts of plans for that, and they got derailed rather quickly when it was barely able to open at all when it came out years ago. But I Am Number 4 ended up having $6.2 million for Friday, so it could be in that same $30 million range. However, if you want to have the side-by-side comparison, Unknown managed to get $500,000 more, and it did not have the benefit of IMAX 3D showings, which ends up making more money, so I Am Number 4 didn't have as big of an attendance for it. The other opening from this weekend, Big Mamas. We're all excited! Martin Lawrence in a fat suit again! Yeah, at least it did not open in the top 3. It actually opened just behind last week's chart topper, Just Go With It, which had $5 million for Friday. Big Mama's opened to $4.8 million, just ahead of Romeo and Juliet, which rounds out the top 5 with $4.3 million. So you have Big Mama's, which could hit $15 to $20 million for the weekend, but it's going to be lucky if it's able to hold on to its top 5 spot, only for the fact that Romeo and Juliet, last week it opened, ended up doing the biggest business for a minor animated movie that wasn't a Disney or Pixar or a DreamWorks in the past year. Not only that, right now, because of the fact that you have this weekend where there's going to be a lot of families looking for something to do, and a lot of parents aren't going to want to go see Justin Bieber. That movie's going to drop off rather quick. You're going to have a lot of people going to see Romeo and Juliet. So it's already still in the top 5, doing exceptional business for what was expected. You have Saturday coming where it will have a huge bump up because you have a 3-day weekend where Saturday, Sunday, Monday, families are going to be out in full force. You can expect maybe $30 million weekend even from Romeo and Juliet. And really, in the current days of the box office, the kids' movies are the ones that tend to hold up the best. Having the smallest declines week to week, anything like that. However, for any movie, whether it's kids' movie or big blockbuster, to be able to open at not a low level, and then the next weekend manage to maintain that same level, whether it's with the benefit of an extra holiday or not, that's still something that's almost unheard of. Most movies are just lucky to be able to maintain any business A lot of movies open huge and then drop off very, very quick, and then 2 months later they're out on DVD. Meanwhile, now we have a Romeo and Juliet, which despite opening at 3rd place for its opening weekend, right now it's actually on track to not only end up surpassing the Justin Bieber movie down the line before it's finished, it might even end up outgrossing the Adam Sandler movie that opened at #1 over it. So as we said, Unknown's on top. I Am Number 4 is just behind it, but should fall further behind by the end of the weekend. Romeo and Juliet will be expected to make a pretty strong showing. Just Go With It will show whether Adam Sandler can make another $100 million movie. And Big Mama's 3, it'll probably drop off by the end of the weekend. I think we're all sick of the fat suit comedies, so I think we can get rid of them. But we'll have the latest updates on the box office and how the weekend is shaping up tomorrow when the weekend estimates are in. So as always, for the Daily Dizzle and the weekend update, we do thank you guys for joining us. If this is your first time checking us out, you can catch us Monday through Friday, and for all the weekend updates as well, by joining us on our YouTube channel. You can either click the username Dizzlemits or go to youtube.com/Dizzlemits. Keep up on the latest Daily Dizzles and see some of our other original content on there. So we do thank you guys for joining us here as always for the Daily Dizzle and the weekend update. I'm Tommy Dizzlemits, and we'll see you Sunday.